In this video, we'll learn how to create bar charts and pie charts in Excel. So make sure to download the Excel file in Canvas so that you can follow along. So here we've got our data from our textbook where we're looking at the average starting salaries of men and women in between 2010 and 2016. So to create a bar chart so that we can compare, because right now just looking at the data, it's hard to interpret, at least hard to interpret it quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and select our data that we're interested in. So the average salaries of men and women. And I'm going to go to the Insert tab. And I'm going to go over to the charts here and do the drop down and choose the clustered column so that I can see the data right next to each other. Now you'll notice though that down below in the horizontal axis we don't have our actual years for our bar chart. So we'll go ahead and want to change that. You'll right click on your axis and choose Select Data. And then right here where it says Horizontal Axis Label, we want to edit it. So we'll click Edit. And remember here, whenever we're given with this, we want to click the little blue box so it lets us pop out. And I'm going to select 2010 through 2016. You don't need to select the word year. Click your blue button and click OK and OK to get out of it. And now we see the years down below and we can now compare men and women's salaries. So we do want to change our title, starting salaries, males and females. So that's how to create a bar chart in Excel. Let's go ahead and move over to a pie chart. So here we've got our next tab, 2.2, called Golf Equipment. And so here in our textbook, the example is a golf club manufacturer conducted a survey of 300 golfers. And the question asked about the impact of new technology on the game. So golfers were asked to indicate which area of golf equipment is most responsible for improving an amateur golfer's game. So this is the data that was collected here. In this case, we want to use a pie chart because these are parts of the whole. In this case, our whole is our surveyed 300 golfers. I'm going to select my data, go to Insert, and then move over to the charts where it says Insert Pie, to my drop down, and I'm going to do a two-dimensional chart. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so it's a little easier to see. You can actually make the chart in here a little bigger. Okay. And then when you right click on the chart, let's add some data labels. I'm going to say Add Data Labels. And now we just see what's added was the frequency. What is more useful sometimes is we want to format our data labels so that it has the category name. Look, now I can see my answer options. I'm going to take out value, instead check percentage. So now I see the percent of surveyed golfers who said these different reasons. And so that's more helpful. And you can like drag and move these around if you have a preference of where you want to see them. You can also change the font size by clicking them and going over here to font and making it larger or smaller. So you have some formatting options here, for instance. And then so we would go ahead and rename this as Golf Equipment Impact. Now, one thing I like to do in my experience in business, because an executive, when they see this, they'll always ask, out of how many? So we want to add our sample size or the size of the group that we studied. So I'm going to put N equals 300. And that way we now know, hey, 300 golfers were surveyed, 27% of the 300 said that a golf ball is what impacts an amateur golfer's game. So that's how you'll create a pie chart in Excel. If you have any questions, just let me know.